Listeners. Let's start again. We'll just start that one over, right? Hey, listeners, welcome to Baggage Claim. I'm your host, Lauren Osborne.
And I am Jazz.
And as you know, in this podcast, we come here to take a look at the contents of our baggage, decide what souvenirs we want to keep, and decide what we want to check in or throw away. How are you today?
I'm good, considering, life has been lifing, but I'm pushing through. How are you?
Same, honestly, same. It's one day at a time, and we're getting there. And we've got Beyonce next month, so
yes,
that's
I can
literally
finally say yes to that. 'Cause
right.
I'm going.
I'm just like, okay, when I'm feeling like, man, I'm like, and you know what's coming up? That. And that's really like a ripple effect of everything coming
Yeah.
in the following month. So it's definitely something to look forward to. There are things I would love to chat with you about, and I thought we could record it because some things came out this week that I thought in the Bravoverse were ridiculous and audacious, and I can't.
Yeah.
And what I'm referring to is the interview. Okay. Sorry, listeners.
Do we even call it an interview? But I mean, let's jump into that.
Right. Okay, listeners, if you don't watch Vanderpump Rules, I understand, but there is no way that you didn't know about the scandal because it took over. It was quite, and it literally was like a phenomenon that was like, I mean, I thought we were going to get a little reprieve. I needed a break by the end. Like by the reunion, I watched it like with popcorn. Okay. Like, I mean, they gave us non-edited on Peacock. It was masterful. It deserved its Emmy nomination for giving us a hell of a season 10.
Oh,
but then I
yeah,
thought,
for sure.
we're going to get a break. But then something changed. Now, if you don't delve in the Bravo universe, I'm just kind of going to give you some outliers of what's currently going on. So, as we know, that the strike, the writer's strike and the actor's strike has been going on and we continue to support the actors, support the writers, support the crew. And there is this grifter that named Bethenny Frankel that was once a Real Housewife of New York. I'm going to say it. She was such a staple. She helped to grow that brand. She had Skinny Girl Cocktails, if you ever heard that, and she became super, super successful. Her branding did, and she even had this thing called like the Bethenny clause with Bravo, where it was like anything that kind of like mentions it, or if they use her product, like she's going to get money from it, right? Very successful. Now, this happened before, okay? Keep that in mind as well. Seasons ago. Okay, because she hasn't been on Bravo as a cast member in a very long time. So this grifter Bethenny wants to piggyback off of this writer's strike that's going on, and she's like, I feel like it really needs. I feel like the cast members are mistreated on the Bravo networks. Andy mistreats them, all of these claims. And she's trying to rally this like union thing, which I'm not even against union. She's just trying to like, I don't know, take down Bravo. Right. And, so as she's doing this, she keeps claiming that she's got all these people that are agreeing with her, that are like going, and I'm like, why are you coming for what? Like made you? I don't understand.
Why?
Like, but we've been done for years. Like her treatment of Meghan Markle was like, you're done to me. Like, I can't. You have no reason, and it was foul. So she does. So now that she's doing this vendetta against Bravo and this vendetta against Andy Cohen, even though we found out that she pitched a show to Bravo a few months ago, so you know, um, she interviews. So that's where she is in the Bravo world. You're like, damn, this disgruntled worker is talking to other disgruntled ex cast members trying to take down Bravo, right? That's the viewpoint for Bethenny. Then you also have the scandal that happened with, I guess she now wants to be called Rachel. With
I mean, I guess at this point she don't have a choice
right,
because
I know
nobody's gonna call you Raquel anymore because, girl,
that's not
we
your
know
name.
that that's not your damn name.
Right. So Rachel, she was on the cast of that fantastic season of Vanderpump Rules. She ended up being the person that was, making out with Tom Schwartz while him and Katie were going through this thing, and it was awkward and weird, disrespectful, and also had an affair with Tom Sandoval, who had a girlfriend of 10 years and was her friend, Ariana. Right. That was the gist of
Hmm.
it. And then the reunion comes, and honestly, when it broke out, it was, again, what a time to be alive for reality TV, because there was a lot going on, a lot of opinions, a lot of people, were able to make podcasts from this. There was so much engagement, and like people were locked in, right? So I do feel like Vanderpump was kind of sinking, and boom, this happens, and the season is going. Now, after this reunion happens, which was intense, I lived for it, okay? Because I am a Libra. I feel like balance, what you get what you give. So, that happens, and Rachel just like goes away, and apparently she goes to this treatment place. We haven't heard from Rachel. What we have seen is Tom Sandoval doing a failed tour. I guess he's not anymore since they're filming, but his cover band with his blazer that only has one lightning bolt working. And then you have Ariana, who got in the bag, right? She's doing Dancing with the Stars, all the stuff. But anyway, the new season's filming. Let's now get into real time. This past week, Rachel sat down with Bethenny for her first public interview, or yeah,
Since the reunion.
since
Yeah.
the reunion, since the scandal of it all,
Hmm.
to tell her side of the story, to get the record straight. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, because I have some thoughts and opinions. Am I missing anything? Do you think I missed anything critical there?
No. Mm-mm.
Well, I just talked a ton. So what do you think?
Well, no. So now it's time for us to actually jump into that conversation because that's
Yes,
where
yes.
the meat of it is. So thank you so much for that catch
Hmm.
up. Because now we're ready to actually get into the
Meat and potatoes. Yeah.
conversation. Yes, that was had with Bethenny on, I guess it's Bethenny's podcast, which, from what I've heard, it's not doing well. So, um, Bethenny needed a little something extra to help
Right.
those ratings and to pop that off. So even though she said it was to, I guess, give Rachel a voice, I don't think that's, that it really went down that way. I really think it was more so Bethenny saying, "This is my time to shine again, and
Capitalize
I'm
on
going
that.
to use Rachel to do that."
Right.
Like,
Yes.
chaotic. Um, just I don't. It's so many different things within that conversation that I want to touch on. I don't even know where to start. I probably won't go in the order that they were mentioned. Um,
Okay.
but just probably the one thing, and it's more so probably just Rachel. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. If you guys listen to our other conversation about Vanderpump Rules, I was definitely feeling that Rachel well, Raquel at the time, that she was the victim and that they were like ganging up on her, and I felt bad for her. Like, I mean, yes, I'm not gonna say that she wasn't wrong, but I just felt bad for sis. Like, I really did. As I looked at this Bethenny interview on podcasts, the more and more Rachel talked, the
Mm,
more and more I said, you know what? Never mind, actually, to
right?
that, to those previous feelings. Never mind. Because I thought it was overkill at first. It's like, just listening to her talk is enough within itself. but but hearing her explanation or like her side of things, it's just like, girl, give it up. Give it up. Just stop.
Right?
Just stop. Like just it's almost I at this point I feel like she just doesn't need to talk ever again. Just like, I don't know, move out of the country and just begin a new life. And like maybe every once in a while if you want to pop out, oh my God, there was another sighting of Rachel. Like every few years, maybe. I think that would be okay at this point. But I don't feel like she needs to do any other interviews ever. Just ever. None.
I I and we'll do like a breakdown of what she said.
Yeah.
I just feel like one, she's the fact that she's starting her own podcast. And here's the thing, I love having a podcast. I always wanted to do one. I have one and I get it, right? But for me, what I've been told is I've been told that I have a voice that's likable. Uh,
Hmm.
that's
You do.
bearable.
You do.
I, to me, I'd have a hard time listening to Rachel.
I wouldn't get in 5 minutes into it.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna be honest. Because the long dragging of every damn word, um, no, I don't want to be a part of that. Like I don't want to subject myself to that.
The tremble.
So that too, like I couldn't imagine sitting down for 30 minutes to an hour, giving that much time away. And time is precious. Why would I do that?
Can't do
Like,
it.
why would I
Mm-mm.
sign up for that and do that? Like, no, no, thank you.
But follow your dreams.
Good luck with that.
Right? Okay, so let's break down this interview and explain why we feel this way. Oh yeah, for me, it confirmed to me that this woman, I feel like, has toxic tendencies for sure, and she ain't shit. You know what I mean? And when I say it that way, I mean trifling. Like there was
Yeah.
no ownership, there was no accountability, and there was just a lot of just trying to like kind of like minimize and also be like, and I'm just upset and I just like don't know why everyone else is like profiting off of this. Well, I think it was a great thing that you went away because that amount of heat is pretty intense. What I
Yeah.
don't think is why you would expect these things like now. I mean, even if you were gonna get like brand deals or something, like it would have been, I don't know, the timing. I don't know who her PR is, but this was a mistake. But also, it affected everyone around them. And honestly, it really was a phenomenon. And you
Yeah.
vanished. So when you were gone, yeah, they were doing interviews. Yeah, they were doing Uber commercials. Like maybe it'll happen for you, but now I don't even think the ounce of sympathy that was once there is even there anymore because you did not disappear long enough.
So you think if she would have been like literally just off the grid for a longer period, she would have had maybe an opportunity to have some brands? Because now her whole argument is everybody else is making money off of this and has moved on except for me. And so now that's the victim part. Well, that's part of her victim claim now. It's that my brand is shot and ruined. And it's like, well, really, that's part of your team's problem too, because they should have been working on shit. Like, while
Right?
you were away. Like you should have emerged with all kind of partnerships if y'all were smart about it, which again, that's on your team and you. But do you really think it would have mattered if she stayed away longer?
Yes. I
Hmm.
think it would have. I think it would have mattered who she sat down with for the first time. I
Now that
think
I can agree with for
um
sure.
I think um if she was going to do this,